Here's something the people who actually build your skincare will never say on a panel or in a press release. A lot of the cosmetic chemists who formulate the $280 creams, they go home and use the $10 ones, not because they can't afford the premium, because they know exactly what's in both. They know the active ingredients. The ones that actually do something cost almost nothing. And they know the gap between a luxury jar and a pharmacy tube is mostly the jar itself, the weight of it, the scent inside, the face on the campaign, and the story wrapped around the outside. Strip all of that away, and the formulas underneath are, more often than not, nearly the same. Sometimes the affordable one is actually cleaner because it skips the heavy fragrance and the decorative extras that irritate skin that's already doing plenty on its own. So today, I'm not chasing a single hero ingredient or some buried trick. I'm handing you 5 real brands, ones you can find in a regular store this week, that the beauty world has quietly agreed to ignore. Not because they underperform, because they're cheap, unglamorous, and immune to the kind of marketing this industry runs on. Learn which specific products to reach for inside each one, and you're looking at some of the most effective things on the shelf. By the end of this, you'll have everything you need to build a complete routine: cleanse, treat, moisturize, protect, for less than one mid-range serum from the department store counter. But first, before the 5 brands, there's one thing you have to understand, because without it, none of this actually changes how you shop. Here's the rule. When you buy a skincare product, you're paying for 2 completely separate things that have nothing to do with each other. The first is the formula, the actual ingredients touching your skin and doing the work. The second is the performance around it, the bottle, the texture, the scent, the brand history, that little lift you feel when you open the packaging. And the industry's greatest trick is convincing you those 2 things are connected. That a heavier jar means a better formula inside. That a higher price signals higher quality. It doesn't. A brilliantly formulated product can sit in a plain plastic tube for $9. A mediocre one can come in thick frosted glass for $3.50. Once you can see those 2 things as separate, the entire pricing logic of this industry just stops working on you. And these 5 brands, they're exactly where that separation pays off. Number 1, The Ordinary. This is the brand that did something the rest of the market genuinely did not want done. It told you what things actually cost. The whole concept came down to one plain idea: sell the active ingredients on their own, close to what they cost to produce, and quit charging people $120 for a serum that's mostly water with a few cents of the effective ingredients stirred in. Oh, the industry noticed. Because suddenly, you could buy a bottle of niacinamide, or hyaluronic acid, or a vitamin C, or a mild exfoliating acid for a few dollars each. Same molecules, same concentrations. The exact ones sitting inside the prestige serums, charging 10 and 15 times as much. So why do most people still walk past it? The labels. They read like a chemistry exam. Percentages, acid names, technical abbreviations. It looks clinical, it feels intimidating, and people retreat right back to the pretty jar that says nothing specific but feels familiar and safe. So, let me make it simple. If you're dealing with uneven tone, redness, or early texture, 2 products matter: the niacinamide serum and the hyaluronic acid. The niacinamide evens the skin, calms inflammation, supports the barrier. The hyaluronic acid pulls water into the skin and softens the look of fine lines. The very same molecule those $80 hydrating serums are built around. Both cost less than a sandwich. You don't need their whole range. 2 or 3 products used consistently, and you've replaced an expensive shelf of serums for the price of one. This brand isn't overlooked because it's weak. It's overlooked because honesty is the one thing the rest of the counter can't beat on price. Number 2. Vanicream. This is the dermatologist's private recommendation. The one they mention in the consultation room, and almost never in a YouTube ad or a magazine spread, because there's nothing exciting to say about it. No story, no scent, no ritual. And that plainness is the entire reason it works. Vanicream is built on a single, boring, quietly brilliant principle. Leave out everything that aggravates skin. No fragrance, no dyes, no harsh preservatives, no essential oils. None of the additives that make a product feel indulgent and smell expensive, while they quietly stress and inflame your skin over time. And here's the connection most people miss. Fragrance is one of the most documented causes of skin irritation. And chronic, low-level irritation, the kind you don't even notice, is one of the quiet accelerants of premature aging. Every time skin is inflamed, it's under stress. Sustained stress degrades the barrier and speeds up the exact changes you're trying to slow down. The luxury market drenches its products in scent because scent sells the experience. But if your skin has gotten more reactive, that beautiful fragrance may be working against you every single time you use it. The one to know is the Vanicream Moisturizing Cream, a rich, straightforward, fragrance-free cream that seals the barrier and supports repair for a few dollars, doing the job of a barrier restore complex that costs 5 times as much. Their gentle cleanser is just as good. It cleans without stripping. No campaign, no influencer partnership. Just a formula dermatologists reach for precisely because it removes everything except the thing that matters. If your skin is sensitive, reactive, or simply worn out from products that promised the world and delivered irritation, this is what the experts use when the cameras are off. Number 3. Nivea. Specifically, the blue tin. I know how that sounds. Stay with me, because the reaction you just had is exactly the trap. Nivea cream, the heavy cream in the round blue tin, has existed in essentially the same formula for over 100 years. It's sitting on your grandmother's dressing table in the old photographs, and it's one of the most quietly effective moisturizers ever made. The entire prestige skincare world would love for you to keep thinking of it as dated and beneath you. So here's what it actually does. As skin matures, it slows down its own oil production. What it needs then is an occlusive layer, something rich that physically seals moisture in and stops it evaporating, because that ongoing water loss is what deepens lines and shifts texture over time. The blue tin does precisely that. It's a rich sealing cream that locks hydration into dry, mature skin. So a lot of the people paying serious money for premium night creams and overnight masks, they're paying for a fancier version of what this tin does for the cost of a coffee. Use it at night on slightly damp skin, or as a targeted balm on hands, elbows, dry patches. It's a workhorse. It's heavy, so if your skin leans oily, keep it to the drier areas. But for dry or mature skin losing moisture overnight, this is one of the most undervalued products on the shelf. A brand doesn't survive 100 years by accident. It survives because it works. And the only reason it's still affordable is that it's never once been cool. Number 4. Olay Regenerist. This is the one that quietly embarrasses the luxury counter, because the Regenerist line is genuinely loaded with ingredients that have real evidence behind them for aging skin, niacinamide, peptides, humectants, at a fraction of the price of department store creams, making the identical promises from prettier boxes. Niacinamide is one of the few anti-aging ingredients with consistent, repeated research behind it. It improves tone, strengthens the barrier, softens texture, calms redness. And Olay builds formulas around it at a price that honestly should not be this low. The brand has put its products head-to-head against creams costing many times more, and the results held up. Why isn't this common knowledge? Simple. There's no prestige in telling your friends your best skin came from the pharmacy aisle. So the conversation stays glued to the expensive names, while the affordable one quietly does the work. Look for the Regenerist moisturizers and serums, a niacinamide-rich daily cream, their peptide serum, and a gentle retinol option if you want to add renewal. You are getting researched, clinically studied actives for the price of a few coffees instead of a monthly subscription. So if anyone's ever told you real anti-aging results demand a luxury budget, Olay Regenerist is the proof. Sitting on a shelf you breeze past every week. Number 5. Pond's. I saved this one for last because it's the most overlooked of the 5. And for this audience, it might be the most relevant. Pond's has been around since the 1800s. The cold cream in the white jar is what generations of women used to cleanse and moisturize in a single step, long before the multi-step routine existed to sell you a separate product for every stage. And it's still here, still cheap, still doing exactly what it always did, and almost completely forgotten. Here's why it matters. Cold cream is a beautifully simple idea. A rich emulsion that dissolves makeup, sunscreen, and the day's buildup while it moisturizes at the same time, without the stripping harshness of the foaming cleansers that dominate today's shelves. And that harshness, for skin that's already drier and more reactive, is one of the more damaging things you can do to it daily. You massage the cold cream in, wipe it away with a warm cloth, and your skin is clean, but not tight, not raw, not stressed. Dermatologists now repackage this exact method under modern names at premium prices. Pond's has been selling it for over a century, a few dollars a jar. They make more than the cold cream, affordable moisturizers, simple cleansers across the range. But the original cold cream is the hidden gem. It's the thing your mother or grandmother used that turned out to be years ahead of the curve. In an industry obsessed with whatever launched last month, something this old gets written off as a relic. It isn't a relic, it's a survivor. And nothing survives 100 years in this business by accident. So there they are, the 5. The Ordinary, for honest, low-cost actives. Vanicream, for gentle, fragrance-free barrier care. Nivea's Blue Tin, for rich overnight sealing. Olay Regenerist, for researched anti-aging that outperforms its price. And Pond's, for the original gentle cleansing method that was right all along. Now let me show you how they actually come together, because on their own, these are strong. Combined, they build something that competes with anything on a luxury counter for a fraction of what that counter would charge. In the morning, cleanse gently. Pond's cold cream wiped away, or the Vanicream cleanser if you'd rather rinse off. Then apply your niacinamide and a few drops of hyaluronic acid from The Ordinary onto skin that's still slightly damp. Layer the Olay Regenerist moisturizer with its peptides and niacinamide over the top. And then, the step that outweighs every other one combined, sunscreen, every single day. Because the research is clear that the majority of visible skin aging comes from UV exposure, and no product on this list, cheap or expensive, can undo an unprotected afternoon in the sun. At night, cleanse again, press in your humectants, and seal everything with the Vanicream cream or the Nivea Blue Tin, so your skin holds its moisture through the night. And that's the whole routine. A cleanser, 2 actives, a day moisturizer, a night barrier cream. A complete, genuinely effective daily routine for less than the price of one luxury serum, with money left over for the sunscreen that does the real work. That's the point of this whole video. The full routine costs less than the single product the counter wanted to sell you. And it works at least as well, often better, because it's built on formula instead of theater. One honest note, because I won't pretend there aren't any caveats. Cheap doesn't automatically mean good. There are poor, inexpensive products, and there are excellent, expensive ones. And the skill is knowing which specific items inside each of these brands are worth reaching for, which is exactly why I name them, instead of just telling you to shop drugstore. Some of these formulas are rich and won't suit oily or breakout-prone skin, so keep the heavier occlusives to the dry areas if you tend to get congested. The Ordinary's actives are potent enough that you introduce them one at a time, not all at once. And if you have a diagnosed skin condition or you're using a prescription treatment, your dermatologist's guidance matters more than any video, this one included. The honesty is the whole value here. Anyone telling you that price is a reliable sign of quality in skincare is either uninformed or in the business of selling you something. But what I really want you to take from this isn't about 5 brands at all. It's a way of looking at the entire shelf. Once you understand that you're paying separately for the formula and for the story around it, you stop being the target and you start being the buyer. You walk into the store, you tune out the glass and the lighting and the woman in the lab coat, and you look at the actual ingredients. Then you reach for the one that delivers them without the markup. That skill is worth more than any single product I could name, because it works in every store, in every aisle, for the rest of your life. If this was useful, the best thing you can do is test it. Pick one product from this list and swap it in for something overpriced you're using right now. See what happens. And leave a comment with the most expensive skincare product you've ever bought, and whether it actually beat the cheap version, because I read every one of them. And the pattern in those answers tells the real story better than any advertisement ever could. Subscribe to the Powder Room. If you want more of this, the breakdowns the beauty aisle would rather stay coded. There's a community here learning to stop overpaying and start actually reading labels, and it grows every week. And next time, I'm taking this further. I'm putting specific affordable products head-to-head against the luxury bottles they're nearly identical to. Not vague category alternatives, real ingredient-for-ingredient matches. The actual dupes, named, including the one that goes up against a serum selling for over $300. That video is going to make a few people very uncomfortable. I'll see you there.